Have you ever wondered when you're getting a psychic reading if the psychic is reliable, if the information is legitimate, or if they're just telling you what you want to hear because they want to make some money? My name's Mel. I'm the owner and creator of Mel's Divination. I'm a psychic, I'm a spiritual intuitive, and I'm also a coach. I'm a teacher as well. And I want to talk to you today about the stigma that goes with the terminology of the word psychic. I also want to talk to you today about the types of things that go along with all that. So, as you know, or maybe you don't, you may be brand new to me, I'm the kind of person that firmly believes in the truth and being transparent and being open and educating my clients. And if you look back at some of my past videos, this is kind of a continuation of the video called False Prophets. And there unfortunately are people out there that have jumped onto the spiritualist bandwagon or that see clients as a financial profit. And I do want to be clear here. I am very much not saying, that was a double negative, sorry about that, not good on editing yet for those of you who don't know me. So I do want to be clear here, let me try that again. I am saying here, readers do need to make money, okay? It is an energy exchange. Doing a reading for a client equals doing a reading for money, okay? Because we are investing our time into you. So I'm not saying that readers should be giving their time for free. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there are people out there, yes, with gifts, or no, without gifts, who capitalize beyond what they should. They take advantage. They hurt clients. They hurt the name. They hurt the business. And that's what I want to address today. Okay? So it's not so much about there shouldn't be money exchanged, rather than it's about there's people that give it a bad name. So when I first left teaching and went into this profession, I was doing it part-time as a teacher. I was substitute teaching, and I'm going to do a whole video about my backstory another time. But just to give you a quick glimpse of it, I was substitute teaching, working many jobs, and one of those jobs was I was working on psychic hotlines as a part-time reader. And this is kind of what has come to me partially of it. So I want to be clear, I'm not talking about anybody specific. I'm not thinking, oh, well, Susie is a problem. No. I'm not calling out anybody in particular. There's nobody in mind. But when I used to work on hotlines like that, there would be situations where I would get these clients and they would be like, well, so-and-so said, because they would hop from reader to reader to reader to reader. And that's absolutely their right. And they would say, you know, Reader Susie said that, you know, he's coming back, even though I haven't heard from him in 7 years. And they would keep going back and they would keep going back. Or, you know, Reader Tommy said that, you know, he still loves me and he's thinking about me and he's going to call me any day now, even though she hasn't heard from the guy in 3 years and he's married with children. And like he left her for this other person. And there was and the cards didn't show it and spirit didn't show it. But these readers would encourage these poor clients to cling to this hope because they wanted the money, because the client would keep coming back and holding on to hope. And I'm not saying these readers didn't have abilities. I'm sure they did, or they wouldn't have been working on that site, because that site had a rigorous process of interviewing. But these people lost their way. So, and there's so many of them out there that do this now. And it's very frustrating for people like me and some of my friends that work in this business, that it's like, we tell the truth exactly how it is, even if it's hurtful. And we tell it kindly. and we're very compassionate, and then we give you the tools of how to move forward instead of holding on to things backwards that are never going to come to fruition because that door is closed for you. So that's just one example that I've personally experienced. But the term psychic, I've never liked it. I don't like it. That's why I use the word reader, because psychic is so stigmatizing, going way back into the 1920s, the 1930s, even farther back. I haven't done tons of history research on it, so I don't want to quote anything, but we're talking way back when people would they'd have these special rooms and they would rig it, like I think of movies that you see that in. They'd have these psychic parlors that they would do seances and they'd kick a button and things would come up and happen. That's not real life. But there were people like that. So like when the terminology of, oh, well, I'm a psychic, the looks you get, oh my goodness, the looks you get. So yeah, and I don't care. I'm the kind of person that I'm very strong-willed and I don't care what other people think of me, and it's just my personality. It's always been my personality that I just keep going. Like, this is my path and this is how I am, and if you have a problem with it, there's the door. But it's still not a term I like because it makes my job look like I'm a fake. And it's just not, it's like you're working an uphill battle trying to get around it. Okay. So I actually have a little list here so that I'm not rambling and that I get all the ideas out that I had. So that's, if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. I have my little list of what I wanted to talk about. So the first thing was the term of the stigma of the term psychics. So, you know, there's been so many fake people in the industry, in the situation, and I'm seeing it even more now. There's so many psychic hotlines out there now, and feel free to go on them. I'm not saying don't. Check it out. I was one of those people way back in the day. I used to call, and I'm not going to name the psychic hotline, but I used to call this one type in particular many years ago, and I called, I can't tell you how many readers on this line, and I could feel that they were just handing me a crock of crap, and I kept looking for evidence because I could feel in my heart that somebody was cheating on me, and I was looking for evidence and waiting if just maybe I'm just crazy, and if some person just confirmed it to me, then I would know for sure. And I think I read with, I don't know, 30 different people, and all of them were like, no, he's not. He loves you. How can 30 people be wrong? 30? 30? Really? They weren't wrong. They lied to me because they wanted my money. That's how that works. And my intuition just kept saying, yes, he's cheating on you. He's cheating on you. He's cheating on you. So that was a huge lesson for myself to learn how to trust my own intuition. Huge wake-up call. And guess what? Of course he was cheating on me. So that's how it works. And let me just preface all of this with, and I should have started with this, but let me back up for a minute and just preface this with, I am not the only source of information out there, and please never take me as the only source of information. I am still just a human, just like all of you. I am still learning. I do not know better than everybody else. I am sharing my experiences and my knowledge with you. But at the end of the day, I'm a trained educator. I am a trained reader, and I am sharing what my life experiences have been, my knowledge. But my knowledge does not trump other people's knowledge, okay? So watch other people's YouTube channels. Read with other readers. Get more information. Read books. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm not saying I'm the only source. And in fact, if you watch my false prophet video, you'll see I don't like people who do that, because when they do that, it's making it like a monopoly. Okay, I don't want this video to be too long, too preachy, so let me get back into it. So, I also would like to talk about the fraudulent use, rip-offs, and giving false hope. So we talked about false hope a little bit. These people see your weaknesses, they see your vulnerabilities, and they use it to benefit, especially on the psychic hotlines, because like when I worked on those, I would get clients that would call me and they'd ask me the same types of questions. Is he going to call me? Is he going to reach out? When is he going to reach out? The same thing over and over. And clearly after a while, when you've worked on there for a while, you start to get the vibe. You know that these clients want to hear yes. They want to hear yes. And I may even be speaking directly to you. But when you pull the cards and the cards show, or you check in with spirit and you use your divination or whatever your divination is, and you see with spirit, it's not happening. I'm different than the other readers. I will flat out say, sweetie, I'm sorry. I'm not seeing it. I'm just not. He's X, Y, and Z. He's focusing on work, or he's focusing on this girl, or he's over here and he's just done, or whatever it is. Where these other readers will lead you on and be like, yes, he's coming back and just a little while longer, and then time will go by and he won't come back. Some of them do, don't get me wrong, some of them do. But the ones that aren't coming back, they'll still tell you that he will come back. And then now you call again, and it becomes an addiction. And it becomes this huge addiction. And you kind of feel it in your heart, he's not coming back, and it doesn't make any sense. Why are they saying this? And you call and you call and you call, and you're looking for validation. Now before you know it, you've spent thousands of dollars on this person, on this reader, or these other readers, and oh my God, and now they've taken advantage of your weakness. That is not helpful. And that is why I don't like those kinds of situations, because a good reader, and I want to talk about what a really good reader is. A good reader will tell you the truth. And if he's coming back, they will give you tools of how to help move this forward, how to help speed it up. What can you work on? What can you do? And it does not typically involve you coming back to them and spending more money. Not usually. Usually a good reader will make themselves obsolete. Typically. It's kind of like a good teacher. A good teacher makes themselves obsolete. Their students don't need them anymore. Often, right? So a good reader will often align their feeling. It's going to feel right. You're going to feel empowered. You're going to feel better. You're going to leave with tools. You're going to leave feeling like, okay, now I have X, Y, and Z steps to do. I know what to do. You're not going to feel so disempowered and scared and wondering, oh my God, I'm going to have to call, Psychic Susie back. I'll use that name again just because I made it up. Psychic Susie back. Okay? The other thing they do that I wanted to talk about was the fraudulent thing, or the ripping things off. They offer to do spells for you for like ridiculous amounts of money, like $400, $500. Oh, I'll do this spell for you and he'll come back to you. Don't ever feed into that, please. Please, please, no. They also will pretend to have a gift. Like they can see, and everybody's gift is different. Everybody's gift is different. I don't do remote viewing. That's just how, as of right now, I don't have that gift. Our gifts do change, so maybe someday I will have remote viewing as an ability. But I don't have remote viewing right now. So if a client comes to me and is like, what is he doing right now? Is he with her? I can't see that. And I will tell a client very honestly, I'm sorry, I can't see that. Where a lot of readers will just force gifts to happen because they want money. So that's another thing. And again, a lot of this I'm seeing on the psychic hotlines. This is why you want to work with a reader that is more established in a private business. They don't do that kind of stuff. Ethics are very malleable on hotlines. They can be very malleable because hotlines tend to encourage readers to keep the client on the phone, to keep the client wanting more, okay? This is just somebody who has in the past, and not all hotlines are like that. Some are really good. Some are not so good, okay? So I'm not saying they're all under that umbrella because I've worked on some that are amazing. Okay, so we did what is a really good reader. There are readers who have lost their way. Psychics. There are talented people that I have spoken to in the past that they just give clients what they want. People that are very talented that I know or that I've known who are they just don't want to deal with the drama anymore. They're just burnt out. They just need the money. That's another problem. This industry, because it's so swamped with readers, believe it or not, on the psychic, when somebody's working on a hotline, they're not making a lot of money. Even if you're paying a lot, the commissions are low. So that it's hard to get, and depending on what website it's on, the commissions are low. It's hard to get clients because there's so many readers working per client, and you get some regulars, but maybe you're not getting enough, and you just want people to keep coming back. And I've been there. You just want people to keep coming back. But that's why in the past I worked a lot of other jobs to supplement, because to me, compromising my integrity is not even, it doesn't matter. It's not an option, because Spirit always has shown me if I don't use my gifts appropriately, I will lose them. So use them right or lose them. Like that's the vibe here with me. I'm not saying that's how it is with other readers. It's just my personal thing that I've gotten. I can't fake it. I can't fake it. I can't pretend. I just can't. And that's actually why I left teaching, and I will tell that story another day. But I can't fake it. I just can't fake it. I have to live in truth, or my life explodes. My personal life doesn't work right. My finances don't work right. Things fall apart. So living in honesty and open truth is how it has to work. All right. So that is about it. It's just, I just wanted to do a quick summary. I chatted a little bit longer than I wanted to. So the word psychic, reader, has a lot of negative connotation around it. And psychic really is a big umbrella. That's the other thing. People watch videos or movies or TV shows with psychics and they think everybody works exactly the same. That's something I will probably do a video on eventually. If you want me to do a video on that, comment down below. There's the Long Island Medium that I know of, and then there's another show called The Medium, and then there's all these movies with psychics and mediums in them, and it has been, oh, there's the kitty. I don't know if you guys can see her. There's my little chunky back there. That's her chair. Say hi. She's returning. She wanted to join the video. So this is what she does. I sit here and do readings, and when I'm doing readings, she sits behind me. She's my little protector. So anyway, people, oh gosh, I lost my train of thought. All it takes is a fluffy kitty to make me get distracted. Oh, TV. So sorry about that. Anyways, what they show on TV is never real life. It's never real life. I have done some mediumship. I'm not a medium. Don't call me for a mediumship reading because I don't do it. But the mediums that I have gotten readings with who are extremely talented are not like Teresa Caputo, the Long Island Medium. It's not like, oh, there's a drawer with a ring in it in a thing. I've never seen anything like that. So yeah, people who are extremely talented. And actually, I'll link one. Her name's Adela Levine, the one that I find extremely talented, who has done better. And I'm very skeptical because I'm a reader myself. So she has been amazing as a medium. So I'll add her somewhere in my end cards. I found her very, very, she's very tough though. She's very to the point, and she has very specific rules. So you got to respect those if you plan on getting a reading from her. So I think that's about it. But yeah, psychics are all kinds of readers. They're all kinds. They're different types. They can be clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairsentient. They can be mediums. They can be remote viewers. They can be automatic writers. They can use divination, not use divination. There's all shapes and kinds. And just because you're a psychic doesn't mean you're a witch. That's another thing that we've never talked about. I am both, and I've had both in my life since I was young. I started being very intuitive when I was young, and it was just from the beginning, very sensitive, very intuitive. And then I started exploring witchcraft when I'll have to look it up in my journals, but I was probably 13, 14, and I started doing readings with runes when I was around that age. So it's been in my life, I'm turning 38. So it's been many, many, many years. All right, I think that's it. I think we've covered it all. Go easy on your psychics, but be skeptical. Don't be harsh. Don't expect them to prove crazy things to you. But also, if it sounds like they're just telling you exactly what you want to hear, and they're not giving you any kind of tools, and they're just feeding you, try to give less information. That's a big tip I have for you. Because for me, I find that clients really like to be heard, and I love that. But at the beginning, when you first connect with me, all I need is your name and whoever you're interested in. I don't even really need date of birth. I do date of birth so that I can keep track of clients, and so that I can look up zodiac signs. But I don't even really need that to get going in a question. I need some kind of focus. Are you asking about romance? What are you asking about? But that's really all I need. I don't need anything more than that. I don't need a whole story. I don't need a history. And typically I don't like that, because then what happens is my ego can sometimes get in the way, and I'd rather just not know anything and jump into the reading. The less I know, the clearer the reading is, because it's pure intuition and nothing based on my personal attitude potentially bleeding through. And most readers should be able to do that. If they can't do that, then they're using your story to regurgitate information to you, and that's not good. Some readers use pictures. I don't do that. I'm not the kind of person who can read a picture. I read the energy off of a name, actually. So I'm a little different. See, everybody's different. My mentor does pictures. You send her a picture and she can see in a face how a person is. So I think that's all for now. And if you liked this video, if you have any ideas about the future, if you have any questions, like, comment, subscribe, share. I'd love to hear any questions that may have come up. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.